What if I tell you that you make your life more complicated than it actually needs to be? By refusing to fix small things in your home, it could be even a habit that you develop from a certain item or just how things develop over time. I know how life can be. We have other things in our mind, but that can make your life actually more complicated than you think. And as they are not major things and they're not sticking out into your eyes or in your habits and your daily routines, they will go under and you're doing them for a while, you're not even questioning. And that's what I want to target with you today. Hi, welcome here on Ladies Mandel. If you're new here, I'm talking about simplifying your life and also minimalism is included. Let's tackle this behavior that we make our life more complicated. When it comes to the root cause of this problem, it's probably the one word that is neglecting or even just don't caring at all and using it as far as you can, even if the way is not really efficient or it could even be a bit more inconvenient. But from there, as they are not major things and they're small little things that you probably do daily and you're not even aware of, they slip so easily in our day-to-day life. But they will make it complicated because you're adjusting your routines maybe to a certain item, a certain way that you have to use it. And I want to also give you a few examples now that you can a bit relate to what I'm talking about and what will be fitting into this category. So it could be like when we're talking about your home in general, it could be that you have a door, that the lock is not working, or the door is not even opening and closing properly. It could be your dishwasher, that the door is not working, or there is a little maintenance needed. It could be a drawer that you have that you take out every day, your socks, and it's not working, it's sticking. And yeah, that could be something. When it comes to devices such as phones, maybe you have a charger cable that is not working properly. It always has like a certain angle, or just the wire itself is not as good as it used to be. It could also be that your charger from the built-in phone has a defect or is not working as good as it was for a few months ago, and that can also have a big impact already in your life. As we are already speaking about phones, we have also pictures, files, and emails on our phone or even on your laptop. If you don't have a system or your inbox is just getting full, maybe you don't even have the capacity to store more in your gigabytes, your data is full, you have no visibility and structures in your pictures, in your photo album overall, in your files, in your documents. That could be also an area that I would target in this. But when we talk about things that outside of this box, and probably while you're discovering and observing actually these little habits, we will find even more, I would say. And that's the whole point, is rediscovering them as we are just going on with our day-to-day life. And this is where we get caught up in doing things without even thinking consciously what we're doing. It's just on autopilot. And when it comes to the charger, for example, as your phone, you're never sure if it's charging overnight, if you have the full amount of battery that you need for the day. Maybe you have even your alarm clock on the phone and you're anxious every morning that your alarm is going off. But why you keep struggling and make your life more problematic than it needs to be? In order to change that habit, you need to also be aware of it. I want you to take up to 1 to 3, even if you can, a week of time frame that you will be certain and consciously present in what you do in your day-to-day life. May that be so unuseful or uninterested as you can think of, but exactly there they lie, these little things, from a flickering bulb or even a fan that is noisy. It can be anything. You will discover it. And I can say that also from my point of view. We discovered last winter that we had some cold air coming in somewhere in the house. We said, look, we have to we have to do something about it. So it took us a day to actually figure out where is that cold air coming in, which in fact was little cracks underneath the window. As this is the cause of the cold air flowing in, we had to find a solution. And that can also be looking a bit different depending on your situation. As we had a rental property, we were also a bit limited of what we could do. But in the end, we found a solution that works for us and no more cold air is coming in, especially when it comes to winter season and you want to heat and keep the heat in your house. That is essential. And by just looking at it and not neglecting it, that could be also maybe if you need to have a professional help with a dishwasher or certain electric things, make that call and just get it done. So take that time frame, how long you need, write it in your notes, in your little sticky notes, wherever. If you encounter something that needs to have a bit of attention, it doesn't need always to be fixed. And I want you to be aware of that. Sometimes it could be just a matter of don't be as unorganized. Maybe if your email box, try to find the system. Could it be an area that is always cluttering and you're just getting used to it? Is there something, a system, or even, yeah, just going through the things and get rid of it? That can be also a solution. It doesn't need to be something new or something else that needs to come into your house in order to replace it. It can also be just thinking about it, executing a solution, and still continuing. With a charger, that could be instead of buying a new charger, you can maybe ask a friend if they have a spared one. It could also be that you're saying, hey, look, if the charger cable is not the thing, I'll buy one with wireless option. So you've done already a good deal with that. You'll be more secure and less anxious about what's going to happen if you don't have the battery into your workday. So keep looking out for these little things and don't make your life more complicated. And as we're busy in our life and we want to just focus on the things that we want to and enjoy. And with that said, I thank you very much for your presence today, and I would love to know if there is something that you have recently improved or changed a habit which you, as I said, not even cared or not be aware of it for a while. I would be so curious to know your thing. Thank you, and we see us the next week, hopefully. Bye!